All right, Yankees fans, what a night it was. You know those games where, for a moment, you think it might just slip away, but then the team finds that extra gear? That was exactly what we witnessed. The energy, the nerves, the tension, it felt like it could go either way. But the Yankees dug deep, pushed through, and forced a Game 3 when it mattered the most. And let me tell you, this wasn't some walk in the park. Boston came in with their usual fight. Alex Cora was trying to outsmart everyone with his bullpen choices, and for stretches it looked like things might tip in their favor. Yet in the end, the Yankees came out on top, and that changes everything heading into tomorrow night. Let's start with the pitching because it set the tone. Devin Williams came in and gave the Yankees exactly what they needed, keeping things steady and showing he's capable of handling the big moments. Bedar, when he entered, was lights out. Pure dominance, nasty stuff, shutting the door in the ninth inning like a closer with ice in his veins. That performance sealed it. And on the other side, you had Cora burning through his bullpen too early. That's the kind of move that looks clever at first, but by the end of the night, it backfires. B.O. hadn't even been pitching poorly, but once Boston leaned too heavily on their relievers, it opened the door, and the Yankees walked right through it. That's the chess match of October baseball, and this time, Cora miscalculated. But pitching alone didn't win this one. You got to talk about Jazz Chisholm. The man was everywhere. His defense at second base was sensational. There was that one double play he and Volpe turned, textbook execution, quick hands, just beautiful baseball. And then, how about the play where Rodon's throw could have turned ugly? Jazz trapped it, kept the damage from snowballing, and saved the team a couple of runs right there. Those are the kinds of details that don't always make headlines, but they win you postseason games. He wasn't done either. His aggressive base running in the eighth was absolutely pivotal, giving the Yankees the edge when they needed it most. That's the kind of fire this team has been missing at times, and Jazz delivered it. Austin Wells deserves some love, too. That timely hit in the clutch couldn't have come at a better moment. In playoff baseball, it's not always about piling on hits. It's about getting them when they matter most. Wells gave the Yankees exactly that. And then you combine that with the spark from Ben Rice, who stepped into the lineup and crushed a big-time home run. Talk about making an impact. For me, it just proves why these young guys need to stay in the lineup. Sitting Rice earlier in the series was a mistake. You saw it tonight. His bat changes games. His speed on the bases, his instincts, that's what helped create the run in the eighth inning. You cannot underestimate the presence of a player like him. And let's not forget Aaron Judge. Sure, he didn't go yard tonight, but a couple of hits in key spots kept the pressure on Boston. When Judge is getting on base, even without the long ball, he forces pitchers to adjust their approach to the rest of the lineup. Trent Grisham also played his role beautifully. Maybe he isn't swinging the hottest bat, but when he got on base, he made it count. His aggression, his willingness to push the envelope on the base paths, it mattered. These little edges pile up, and that's how you squeeze out postseason wins. Now, looking ahead to Game 3, everything shifts to Cam Schlittler. This is a massive opportunity for him. A lot of people out there thought, well, Warren should have gotten the start, but I completely disagree. Schlittler has the stuff, he has the poise, and this could very well be his coming-out party in pinstripes. Remember his outing against Baltimore, where he went 7 innings? Yes, it was a regular season game, but it showed he can handle length and keep hitters off balance. Now imagine him doing that under the bright lights of October, in a do-or-die scenario at Yankee Stadium. This is the kind of night that could cement his place in the Yankees' rotation for the future. With Garrett Cole coming back and the depth in the farm system, Schlittler could carve out his role as one of those essential arms moving forward. And let's be honest here, the Yankees had no choice but to win tonight. Lose, and the season's over. Win, and suddenly there's life. The players responded, the lineup adjustments paid off, and the team showed fight. This wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. It said, we're not done yet. The atmosphere tomorrow is going to be electric. A winner-takes-all game at the stadium, Yankees and Red Sox, with everything on the line. This is what baseball is all about. Jazz proved his worth in every way possible tonight. His defense saved runs, his base running created them, and his presence in the lineup elevated the entire team. Without him, it's a different story, no question. That's why the decision to sit him in earlier games raised so many eyebrows. He's a 30-30 guy, a dynamic player who changes games in multiple ways, and he showed that again tonight. For the Yankees to go far, he needs to be in the lineup every single night. Tomorrow it's all about execution. Schlittler has to deliver. The lineup has to bring the same energy, and the Yankees need to keep capitalizing on those timely hits. If they do, I honestly think they're not only getting past Boston, but they have the edge to handle Toronto too. Toronto doesn't scare me in a 5-game set the way Boston does in a short series. Tonight, prove the Yankees can dig deep and answer the call when it looks like things are slipping away. That resilience is what October baseball demands. All right, let's dive into the second part of this story, because if you thought tonight was intense, Game 3 promises to take it to another level. The Yankees showed resilience, but it wasn't just about surviving. It was about making a statement. Every single play, every single decision, every single swing counted. That's the beauty of October baseball. It strips everything down to the essentials, and the players who rise to the occasion define the series. And make no mistake, Jazz Chisholm has stamped himself as one of those players. His energy, his instincts, the way he reads the game, it all contributed to a win that could have easily gone the other way. Think about it. You're in a stadium packed with tension. The crowd is buzzing, and every pitch feels like it's carrying the weight of the season. Devin Williams came in and held it together. Bedar finished the job with his dominant 9th inning, and the team leaned on each other. Baseball is a team sport in the purest sense, and tonight the Yankees embodied that. Chisholm wasn't just making plays at second base. He was sending a message to everyone watching. He's not here to be overlooked, and he's certainly not here to be underestimated. The way he turned that double play earlier in the game, the way he trapped Rodon's throw and prevented runs from scoring, it was all baseball IQ in action. Plays like that don't just save runs, they save games. And then there's the base running. Some fans underestimate how critical aggressive base running is in playoff baseball, but it's huge. Jazz's decision in the 8th inning to push for the extra base created the momentum shift that the Yankees desperately needed. Combine that with Austin Wells' timely hit and Ben Rice's home run, and you've got a lineup that is making Boston feel every single inch of pressure. That's what separates the good teams from the great teams in October. Not just the talent, but the willingness to seize every moment to turn small opportunities into decisive swings. Baseball is a game of inches, and tonight those inches went in the Yankees' favor. And let's talk about the mental side of this. Aaron Boone made his moves, some of which were questioned by fans, but the players answered in the best way possible. Judge had a couple of key hits, but the real story was how the team responded collectively. It's one thing to have stars on your roster. It's another to have a team that can execute under pressure when every single mistake is magnified. Trent Grisham on the bases, taking risks that paid off, and Ben Rice, who was sitting just a day before, coming in and delivering a massive contribution. These are the moments that define careers and playoff runs. Now, looking at tomorrow, the focus shifts entirely to Cam Schlittler. This is the kind of game where a young pitcher can emerge from the shadows and etch his name into Yankees history. It's a do-or-die scenario, a high-stakes matchup against a team that knows how to capitalize on mistakes. But Schlittler has shown throughout the season that he can go deep into games, maintain control, and execute pitches when it matters most. This could very well be the night that defines him. With Garrett Cole on the horizon and the depth of talent in the farm system, the Yankees are building for the future even as they fight tooth and nail in the present. And you cannot ignore the psychological edge this one gives the Yankees. Going into a decisive game, they've already proven they can overcome adversity. They've shown they can beat Boston at home, that they can respond to a tight situation, and that their young stars are ready to step up when it counts. The energy in the clubhouse has to be sky high, the confidence levels through the roof, and the message sent to Boston is clear. Don't underestimate this team. But it's not just about the young guys. The veterans like Judge are doing what's expected, and the combination of experience and youthful energy is creating a perfect storm for the Yankees. Every single component matters. The pitching, the base running, the defense, the timely hitting. This is how you win playoff baseball, by excelling in every small moment and stringing those moments together to create a bigger impact. What makes this series so compelling is that it's not predictable. Boston has its strengths, sure, but the Yankees have now shown that they can adapt, respond, and turn the tide even when it looks bleak. Tonight was a perfect example of that. Players who had been overlooked or sidelined stepped up, made the difference, and reminded everyone why depth matters in October. Jazz Chisholm was at the center of that, but he was supported by the entire lineup. Wells, Rice, Grisham, Judge, they all played their part, and together they created a win that revitalizes the series. Looking ahead, the stakes could not be higher. Game 3 is a crucible moment where every pitch, every swing, every decision carries weight. Schlittler on the mound, the Yankees firing on all cylinders, and the Red Sox trying to respond. It's going to be electric. The fans are going to feel every moment, the players are going to feel every heartbeat, and history could be made depending on who seizes the day. For a team like the Yankees, this is where legends are born. It's also a reminder of how critical October baseball is in shaping narratives. Young stars get their moments, veterans demonstrate leadership, and every game has a story to tell. Tonight, that story was about resilience, about execution, about rising to the occasion, and about showing that no lead is safe and no deficit is insurmountable. The Yankees proved all of that, and now all eyes are on Game 3. The beauty of this is that the Yankees didn't just scrape by, they dominated the moments that mattered most. That's why the crowd erupted, why the energy in the stadium was palpable, and why the players walked off with that quiet confidence that comes from knowing they did everything they could to earn the win. This is what makes postseason baseball so thrilling. The combination of skill, strategy, heart, and the relentless pressure that forces players to dig deeper than ever before. Tomorrow, it all comes down to execution. Schlittler has to deliver, the lineup has to be precise, and the Yankees have to continue playing aggressive, smart baseball. If they do, they've got a real shot not just to beat Boston, but to carry that momentum into the ALCS. The story is far from over, and if tonight is any indication, the Yankees are ready to fight for every inch, every run, every chance at glory. The narrative is building, the tension is rising, and the stakes couldn't be higher. For fans watching, it's a reminder of why we love this game. Unpredictability, passion, skill, and the sheer drama of October baseball. Players like Jazz Chisholm and Ben Rice are the catalysts for these moments, the ones who make the difference when it truly counts. And as the Yankees step onto the field tomorrow, all of that history, energy, and momentum comes to bear in one single, decisive game. This is the heart of playoff baseball. The Yankees proved tonight that they have it. Now, all that's left is to see if they can carry it through to the next level. The stage is set, the players are ready, and the fans are on the edge of their seats. Game 3 is not just another game. It's the next chapter in a story that promises to be unforgettable, and the Yankees have already shown they're capable of writing it in their favor. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Whispers across the baseball world have suddenly transformed into deafening chatter. Paul Skenes has officially been announced by the New York Yankees, and if the early signs are anything to go by, we may be witnessing the dawn of a new era of dominance in the Bronx. The news, which broke late yesterday, has ignited feverish speculation among fans and pundits alike, with many pointing to Skenes as the missing piece that could propel the Yankees to a level of supremacy rarely seen in modern baseball. Sources close to the team hint that the decision to secure Skenes was less about filling a current gap and more about shaping the franchise's identity for years to come. Insiders suggest that his combination of velocity, precision, and sheer baseball IQ makes him not just a top-tier prospect, but potentially a generational talent capable of redefining pitching standards in the league. Conversations in locker rooms, sports bars, and social media echo the same sentiment. The Yankees may have stumbled onto something extraordinary, a player whose presence could shift the balance of power in the AL East and beyond. The buzz surrounding Skenes isn't limited to his on-field skills. Fans are already speculating about the intangible impact he might bring. Leadership, swagger, and an aura of inevitability that can electrify a clubhouse. Rumors suggest that veteran players are already taking note, preparing for what could be a transformative dynamic. The Yankees front office has remained tight-lipped on specific plans, but the speculation alone is enough to keep baseball insiders glued to their feeds. Could Skenes be the kind of talent that forces opposing lineups to rethink their approach game after game? The murmurs growing louder suggest the answer could be a resounding yes. Even before stepping onto the mound at Yankee Stadium, Paul Skenes has become a lightning rod for discussion. Sports talk shows, podcasts, and Twitter feeds are filled with debates over his potential ERA, strikeout counts, and the kind of historic seasons he might produce. Some skeptics caution against calling it an era of dominance just yet, reminding everyone that baseball is unpredictable, but the sheer excitement surrounding this acquisition hints at something bigger than just another addition to the roster. Rumor has it that the Yankees aren't simply aiming for playoff appearances. They may be positioning themselves for a legacy-defining run, with Skenes at the forefront. If the chatter proves accurate, we could be witnessing the beginning of an era that will be studied, remembered, and revered by fans and analysts for years. For now, all eyes are on Paul Skenes, the new Yankee whose presence has already made waves, sparked debates, and set off a tidal wave of anticipation. The Bronx buzz is real, and the baseball world is holding its breath. Is this the start of a new age of dominance? Only time will tell, but the rumor mill is spinning fast, and the excitement is undeniable. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.